Good morning, this is Shindo. As the news media wants to discuss the back and forth of Trump and a dead soldier's family over and over and over again, and to argue about it at the top of the hour, it is left to us amateurs to actually discuss the news. North Korea is in the news again. Title of this article from BBC is North Korea fires ballistic missiles into Japanese waters. North Korea has test fired a ballistic missile which landed in Japanese waters, South Korea and Japan says. Now, every time I hear about North Korea firing a missile that's a failure, people act as though this is some kind of joke. Look at that funny little North Korea and they're firing missiles. How silly. Folks, in order to learn something, you have to do it. When you learn from your mistakes and then you continue to do something, you're getting better at it. When North Korea makes a mistake and their missiles blow up in the air or only go a few miles and then blow up, they are learning from their mistakes and they are getting better at making missiles. Missiles that will eventually be topped with nuclear warheads. Here's the article. The missile was launched off North Korea's east coast early on Wednesday and traveled about 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, one of the North's longest launches to date. They're getting better. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said it was a grave threat to his country. The North is barred from developing nuclear and ballistic missile technology by the UN resolution. You see how effective UN resolutions are. But it had vowed a, quote, physical response, unquote, after the U.S. and South Korea agreed plans to deploy an advanced U.S. missile defense system in South Korea. The North has carried out repeated missile tests in recent months. Ambition to attack. The U.S. Strategic Command said 2 missiles had been fired simultaneously on Wednesday from Hagwani province at about 7:50 Seoul time, but one exploded immediately after launch. The Japanese Defense Ministry said other missiles landed inside its exclusive economic zone, the 200 nautical miles of ocean around the country over which it has jurisdiction. An official South Korea Joint Chiefs of Staff said it appeared to have been a medium-range Rodong. The launch shows the North's ambition, quote, ambition to attack neighboring countries, unquote, he said. There was no reports of any damage. Mr. Abe said it posed a grave threat to Japan's security, calling it an, quote, an unforgivable act of violence, unquote. He said Tokyo had protested strongly against it. The U.S. similarly condemned the launch. Quote, we remain prepared to work to respond to further Democratic People's Republic of Korea provocations, as well as to defend ourselves and our allies from any attack or provocation, said State Department spokesman Anna Reich Allen. In June, after what appeared to be several failed launches, North Korea sent a mid-range missile more than 1,400 kilometers in the atmosphere, indicating it had made progress in its ability to strike U.S. targets in the region, according to analysts. In July, North Korea fired 3 ballistic missiles into the sea, saying it was a simulated strike on the South. Local media report says South Korean officials believe the North is preparing to conduct a fifth test of a nuclear weapon. But North Korea is not yet believed to have the ability to mount a nuclear warhead on the missile to make a deliverable weapon. North Korea is not yet believed to have this capacity. Well, we have been wrong about North Korea before. And of course, if you actually want to see news, folks, you can forget about watching the television news. It is a wasteland. On CNN right now, this is at the top of the hour as I'm reading this article. On CNN right now, all they are discussing is the faux pas that come out of Donald Trump's idiotic mouth. And on Fox, all they're talking about is get Clinton, get Clinton. And while everybody seems to be going into one camp or another on TV news, actual news is not being covered. So if you want actual news, and if you're interested in the kind of things that I discuss just about every day here, I do a video just about every day. If you like what I'm doing, then subscribe. Click like, comment. We are living in desperately ignorant and foolish times. And I'm just trying to be one little voice out there in the wilderness, trying to get people to wake up to the reality of what's going on in the world, because you sure as hell ain't going to get it on any of these cable news networks. This is Shindo. Have a good day.